This month I decided to get one of the Crafty Army subscriptions from Carly Duff. I haven't had one for a while, so I'm quite excited about this one because I believe it's got some sneaky peeks of the new Amala stamps that are coming at the end of July. So we've got this little, which I assume are watercolour paints, and this little stack of 3, which is quite handy. And then in here we have, I haven't opened this myself, so I've no idea what's in here. We have a pen, a paintbrush, some PVA glue, and that looks like some paint. Then we have this stamp with the oh, this is like a Christmassy stamp, yeah, because we've got the holly on there, and you've got a bit of mistletoe there, and we've got this like bear tree and the leaf. Then we've got some foam pads. I'm just forgetting all my words today, sorry. So this is our first little kit. The instructions come by email, so that's handy. Oh, that's just a bit stuck to the bag there. Okay, so we've got these little sayings which look like they might have been cut from a Tim Holtz pad, I would imagine. And this must be one of the new Amala images. I'm recording this on the 10th of July and the stamps are out on the 23rd of July. So depending on when I put this up, they might already be out. And then we have our card base, and we have in this one our spatula. Like I said, the instructions are actually emailed rather than sent with the subscription, so that just saves on a bit of paper. And then this one looks like another sneak peek of an Amala. So we've got another one of those little cut sayings. So we've got different ones on there, which is nice, so we can choose what to use. Yeah, this is another one of the Amala images. Now I think this range is the cocktails, and I don't know if they're going to come as a double set or whether they'll be individual stamps. We've already got some stenciling on this one, which is quite cool. And next, in our blue spotty bag, I'll just put these away because I don't want to lose anything, obviously. And my desk is, yeah, it's a mess. So we've got our black card, and we've got some patterned paper. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and then we've got our clock stamp. Oh, we've got 3 of these, so maybe that's a decoupage one. But yeah, I do love this paper. It's so autumnal. I'm so ready for autumn. Although I've been ready for autumn since since the end of winter. Got a little bow there as well. So that's those. And then in this one, gosh, this is a heavy one. Snug fit as well. I do love these bags. So we've got this die cut of flowers, and we have some strips of card. Those are pretty, and we have this beautiful paper pad. We've got another one of the like Tim Holtz cut pieces. This is pretty, isn't it? This is very summery. That's lovely. Love these pinks and purple tones. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And that's our base card. finally we have this one. So that's our card. And then these are the Crafty print sheets. So you can buy these from Crate Craft. They do different various collections, but you can also get them off the Crafty print website. I think some of the designs might be Crate and Craft exclusive though, so but there is tons on that. So if you take a look on there, there are heaps of them. So this looks like we've got our envelope as well. That is a huge card. That is everything in the subscription box. So I'm going to now get on and make some of these bits and pieces to share with you. I have made up the cards from the subscription box. I've changed one or two, adding a few bits here and there, just to make them my own, so they're not absolute copies of the ones that are in the email with the instructions, but that, that's fine. So I'll start with the big ones, which are from the Crafty print sheets, and this image is stunning, I have to say. So I think one of these images was supposed to be like an insert, but I thought, why not just make 3 cards? So I've got this one with the butterfly on, that's just a flat front, and this one, same flowers but no butterfly, and also it's a bit of a closer up version, so a bit bigger. And then the decoupaged one, which comes with its own envelope, which is beautiful as well. I have decoupaged the butterfly because you did get an extra butterfly in there, and then I had some pieces left over. So if you remember, there were some mini pictures of the same image, and I have used them to make these. So I've got ATC, and I've added one of the sentiments that was in the box as well that says there are no little dreams, and I've just coloured over that with some distress oxide in the vintage photo, and that's what I've done to the backing as well, because this is actually a tissue box. And I've added this pearl from my stash. Also there's a script stamp in the back. I hope you can see that. The light is a bit odd in here today. And I've also added little pin dots of the gold paste that we got as well. So I've cut that out from like a main image, and then with the other two I've left one as it is, and then I've decoupaged the other one, so I've cut that out and laid that up. I put one of the sentiments. I know you said symptoms, that's because I'm I'm thinking about work. Yeah, so that's the only bit that I've added, is this piece of backing paper, which I think was from packaging as well, I just can't remember what. And I've made it into an easel card, and that will go with the ATC, so it's just a thank you card. So thank you for swapping. So I got quite a bit out of that, and you'll notice that I haven't put sentiments on any of the larger cards. So what I've done is, I think I'll probably give them to charity, and I thought what I would do is I've cut all the sentiments out. So we've got with love, special friend, happy birthday, best wishes, congratulations, and 2 blank ones. I'm going to put all those and the cards into a little cello bag, and I've also cut 3D foam ready for the sentiments, so people can just add on what they want where they want. So I thought that was quite a good idea. Next is the cocktails one. So if you remember, there was already some colour on the back of this base card in some stenciling, so I've just spritzed that with some water so it sort of spread it out a bit. But then I've also splattered the watercolour paints that came with the box, so they're in here. And yeah, I really went mad with those. I love the splatter technique. I just think it looks so cool, and there's so many different colours on there. I just really went to town. This is coloured with the watercolour paints as well, and I've added the sentiment "I can tell this story 100 times," which I thought was actually quite a good one. I think this might be the one that Carly used on this image, but I really like that sentiment, and I think it goes well with that sort of image, the way she looks. It's like, yeah, this is all happened before. So I like that. And the next one is also from the Cocktails stamp, which released on Saturday. And again, I've done this slightly differently. So we've got the background with the paste, so we've got the gold and the silver, and just spread that about a bit. I had to cut my image on the line. There was actually a white border around the one that Carly had done, but I went a bit messy with the paint, so I had to cut her up. And then I also had to bring back in a necklace because I'd sort of obscured the colouring a bit. I chose this sentiment for mine. It started with ... because I thought she looks like she's about to say, well, it started like this. And I've also used that stamp set, which actually is a Christmas one. And I think these are the berries for the mistletoe or the holly. And I thought actually I could just make them into cherries. So I've done like tumbling cherries down the side, which I thought was quite cool. The next one is I've got to try and remember the name of this one. One is Hickory Catskins. I've gone a little bit different again. So we had these pieces to rip up for the background in horizontal lines, but if you remember, there's also this pad, so I thought actually I'm going to use some of the papers out of there. So I've used 3 on the front and 1 on the inside, or sort of like a half if you like. So I've torn these off, obviously the papers, and I've gone over them with the script stamp. I thought that worked quite well with the sort of vintagey look. Again, I've splattered this side, this time with the purple watercolour and the silver paste. So I just put some of that on a Perspex mat and spritzed it with some water, and then I was able to pick it up to flick. And I've also made some bigger marks as well with the watercolour and the paste. And from my stash I've added these little purple gems. This one says, your love is not only words but actions. So I thought that went quite nice with the bouquet of flowers. And like I said, I've just put a strip inside as well. Now that's that one. And then we're moving on to the which is actually the last one. It's TikTok is the stamp set, and it uses this cuckoo clock. I've layered the card up as the instructions, but I've also added this ribbon from my stash. I've coloured it in with my Copics rather than the watercolours, just for a change. I've added these brads from my stash, which are huge and I think look like Smarties, like massive Smarties. Yeah, and I've gone around the edge with my brown Copic pen, and then I've added this sentiment, if not now, when, which I thought obviously went really well with the clock. And then I added some crackle accents and left it overnight to dry, and hopefully you can see. So I think that looks quite good. So it's sort of broken the glass in lines, not the glass, but it looks like it's broken in lines, rather than sort of crackly odd lines, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't look like crazy paving. it's just put it out in those lines. I don't know why it went like that, but it did. That is fine. Yeah, so that is my last one. I hope you enjoyed looking through the subscription box and also looking at my makes. Maybe you have a favourite. I think if I was going to choose one, it probably would be this one actually. But I quite like the Cocktail Girls as well. And the Crafty print are just beautiful, and I'm loving this backing paper. So yeah, I'm not sure I actually do have a favourite. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave a link to how you can get hold of the subscription books, and until next time, cheerio.